Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about how is the PMP exam look like, what is the exam content, what is the exam outline, what is the pause score, what is the reference book material, how is the PMBOK organized, what is the how the content organized, and how to prepare for the PMP exam. So those things we are going to see in this video. So first, how is the PMP exam look like? So there will be 200 multiple choice questions, and the duration will be 4 hours. In the 200 questions, 25 questions will be experimental questions, meaning they will not be included in your exam score. So why those 25 questions are added in your exam? Those 25 questions are added in your exam as experimental because the PMI time to time they will vary the exam content based on the industry trends. For example, now the industry trend is going towards the agile means they will include the questions regarding the agile in the exam. They will see how the people are responding for those questions, whether they can include or not in the future exam. They will decide on it. So those 25 questions are experimental one and they will not included in your score. So actual marks will be out of 175 only, where answers will be evaluated. You don't know which are the 25 questions, only PMI know which are the 25 questions. So that the score will be calculated on your response to the remaining 175 questions only. So another one thing I want to remind is how advanced your project management experience or education might be. You should still prepare vigorously for this exam because it is not like other exams where you can just read the book and the questions will be based on the mostly from the books. It's not like that. It's mostly situational questions and if you read the concepts deeply and if you understand only you can able to answer the questions in the exam. So you have to prepare vigorously for this exam. So let's next we'll see about how the exam content. Actually, the PMBOK is divided into 5 chapters. Those chapters are mentioned here as domains: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and closing. So the percentage will be for initiating it is 13%, for planning it is 24%, for executing it is 31%, and for monitoring and controlling 25%, and closing 7%. The executing 31% carries a higher percentage among the other chapters. So the total number of score will be around 175. So the as I told in the previous slide, the unscored or that experimental questions will be 25. So totally it will be 200 questions will be in the exam actually. So next we'll see about the passing score. Whether the PMI mentioned any passing score? No. The PMI has not published any passing score, but based on the history, the people estimated that the passing score will be between 65 to 69%. Means it is 114 to 121 questions out of 175 questions. If you are answering, if you answer, maybe you will get as a pass. So how then the PMP release the results? It look like this only. The overall score performance will be pass or fail. They will mention here. If you achieve the target and above target, you will be pass. And if you are below the target, that means below target or need improvement, you fail the exam. So the definition of above target, target, below targets, and need improvement is mentioned here. That means if you exceeds the minimum requirement, you are above target. Above target, if you exceeds the minimum requirement in each domain. For example, the results they will give based on the domain itself: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and closing. If you are achieving the exceeds the minimum requirement in each category, then you will get overall it's above target. So it will be the average of that 5 domains. Based on that average, they will give the overall score. So this is regarding the passing score. So you don't know what is the exact passing score in the PMP exam. So let's see how the exam content is given by the PMI for the PMP exam. So this is the exam content outline they have given. For each domain, they have mentioned the task, various tasks. For example, for initiating, they have given a task, 8 tasks. For example, first task will be in the initiating domain. The first task will be like how you will assess the project, how you apply what are the lessons learned in the previous project in the particular project, and how you will meet with the relevant stakeholders and you will analysis the feasibility of the new products or services with the given assumption or constraints for the particular project. So those things will be the task one. The questions related to these things will ask in the exam, come in the task one. So the task two will be the deliverables, how, how you are identifying the key deliverables based on the business requirement given by the client. Those will be the task two. Like this, initiating phase itself, there will be various tasks, and likewise for planning, there will be various tasks. So for each domain, there will be tasks. This task also will be evaluated whether you perform because the questions will be sorry, questions will be asked from each task, and you will be evaluated whether you have scored high or low in the each task. These scores will not be no, published in the will not be given in the scorecard. But when you are seeing the when we are going to the PMA and if you are seeing the exam analysis part, they will give for each task whether you scored high, low, or medium. For example, for closing for task one you scored low, for task four you scored high. Likewise for each task they will give whether you have scored high or not. We will discuss detail about each task in the upcoming videos when we are seeing each chapters detailedly. So, as I said before, the PMI will revise the content of exam time to time based on the industry trends. So the reason based on the recent trends they are going to change the exam content from January 2021. Whatever I have said before, this is applicable up to December 2020. From January 2021, the new content is formulated by the PMI. But the book, Prabha Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge, remains same. But the content, exam content or outline will be different. So instead of initiating, planning, monitoring, controlling, executing, and closing, the domain will be people, process, and business environment. So they are going to change the domain based on this one, and the percentage will be 42% for people, 50% for process, and 8% for business environment. So based on the various analysis throughout the world, they have found out, they formed the committee, and they finally made these three domains. Also, before actually it was around 90%. 90% it will be predictive project management questions. From January 2021, it will be 50% predictive project management approaches, and the other 50 will be agile or hybrid approaches questions will be coming. So what I advise the people is please schedule the exam before January so that you can take the exam based on the old syllabus, old exam content. So I am saying is we know because this content, the old content is there for 4 or 5 years, so people can predict how are the questions are coming. Based on that, they put so many online exams, simulated exams. But this new content, the registered educational provider itself, it is new actually. So they don't know how the questions will be formed, how what type of questions will come. So they don't have any idea. So better you can schedule the exam before January, within maybe December. You have another 7 months, and you can take the exam. So next, what is the reference actually? The main reference or Bible for the PMP will be the Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge, PMBOK, and sixth edition. Because the edition to edition, that content will be different. So this, whatever the latest edition is, sixth edition. So that you have to refer. But when I was you know, read the PMBOK, I got so bored and I was slept actually. It was so theoretical and it was very definition. Mostly it will be definition, and I will not understand clearly. So that time, one of my friend referred Rita Mulchi PMP exam preparation book, and it was absolute awesome book actually. They explain each concepts clearly with examples, with some questions, with tips, and it was well organized actually. So my advice is first you read the Rita Mulchi book, then you can parallelly you can read Rita Mulchi book and the PEMBA. So if you are reading the Rita Mulchi book one chapter, the same chapter content you can study in the PEMBA also. So you will understand the concepts easily. And but it is very important to read the PEMBA. At least once you need to read the PEMBA. So next slide is about how the content in the PMBOK or in the for the PMP exam it will be organized. So I will explain the skull or skeleton of the exam actually. So this is the basic skull or skeleton of the PMBOK or for PMP exam. So there will be 5 process groups. There will be 10 knowledge areas. There will be 49 project management process, and there will be n numbers of input tools and technique and outputs, popularly known as ITTO. So don't scare seeing these numbers. If you understand the concepts, it will be very easy to keep in the mind. So I will explain it clearly so that you will keep in the mind. No need to memorize this one. So what are the 5 process groups? You know already: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. So what will be the 10 knowledgement areas then? So these are the 10 knowledgement areas: integration management, scope management, schedule management, cost management, quality management, resource management, communication management, risk management, procurement management, and stakeholder management. I think this 4 management is newly, it's not newly, it's a recent trends they have added actually. The communication, risk, procurement, stakeholders are new topics which are upcoming in that no decade actually. So next we need to see about the project management process. There are 49 project management process. I will explain the project management process with the example, and I will explain how it is project management process is integrated with the knowledge areas and process group. All 3 things are how it is integrated: knowledge areas, process group, and the project management process. How it is integrated. Let me start with the example. Let's take the project schedule management. So what are the things, activities we'll do in the schedule management? We'll develop schedule. Okay, for developing schedule, what are the things you will do first? You have to first define what are the various activities. Okay, then you have to estimate duration for each activity. Okay, then you have to sequence the activity, which one will come first, finish to finish or finish to start. Okay, whether you will do this one with actually, manually, no, you will do with Primavera or MSP. That means you are developing the schedule. Yeah, I will develop the schedule. So once you develop the schedule, then what you will do, you will monitor or control the schedule with the actual progress. So these are the activities we will do in the project schedule management. So these are the activities are called project management process. Initiate, define activities, estimating duration, sequence activities, develop schedule, control schedules. These are the some of the, I won't tell this only the project management process in the schedule management. So these are some of the project management process in the schedule management. Okay, we found out these are the project management process in the schedule management. So in what process groups it will come? Whether it will come in the initiating phase? No. In initiating phase, normally what you will do, initiating phase means it's a project initiation, which means from tender to the actual project we got. So that time we won't do any scheduling actually. Whether the duration, based on the duration given in the tender, the approximate duration will code the tender, will get the project. The actual scheduling process will start in the planning. While planning stage only, planning process groups only will do the activity definition, sequence activity, estimate duration, and develop schedule will do in the planning. So when we will do the monitor and control the schedule, we will do in the monitoring and controlling process group, obviously. So this is how the project management process is integrated with the knowledge area and process groups. So now you get some idea. So you can think about what are the project management process come in the cost management, quality management in each knowledge areas. Cost management, you have to estimate and you have to develop the budget. Okay, in what phase it will come? Maybe in the planning phase, and you have to control the cost. So it will come in the monitoring controlling. So just now you just take the note and you whatever the process you just write it down against each process groups. Now then you can check in the next slide. So what are the processes you have identified itself without any memorization, and whether you have correctly classified in the process groups and what you have missed out. It's very easy actually. So let's see. So what are the things? Define activity, sequence activity, estimate activity duration, develop schedule, control schedule, all the things we have mentioned except the plan schedule management plan. So I want to tell here for each knowledge areas, first we have to make the management plan. So how we are going to do this particular knowledge area? First we have to define activities. Okay, then we have to, so that management plan will be applicable for all the knowledge areas. For example, project scope management, first will be project plan scope management. For project schedule management, first will be plan schedule management. For project cost management, it's plan cost management. And likewise for quality plan, quality management. For all the knowledge areas, the first thing will be the management plan. So it is common for all the things. So I think now we got around, already around 9 management. The first is the integration. It is the overall the project management plan. Okay. Now itself, around 10 management process, project management process. So other 39 you have to know. In that, already the scheduled thing. Cost also it's common. Quality also it is common. So it's very easy to without memorize you can know the project management process. Anyway, I am going to put a separate video explaining this integration and the process flow, how it will flow will be throughout the project. I'll explain in the next video probably. Okay, this is how it is integrated. So next thing is, okay, now I know the develop schedule. Okay, how to develop? So what are the inputs are required? So what are the tools and techniques that are required for developing the schedule? Only output is, what is the output of develop schedule project management process? Whether I will get the schedule, okay, baseline schedule. There are other outputs are there. So these are the things are explained through the input, tools and techniques and outputs. Let us see. Let you itself you think for developing the schedule. I'm asking about this project management process. Okay, what you want to develop the schedule, what are the inputs you have? Yeah, I already defined the activity, so activity list will be with me, that will be one input. Then already I estimated activity duration, yeah, duration activity I will have. Apart from that, what I need to have, okay, team assignments, what are the teams are required, that I need to know for the develop the schedule. Resources I need to require, resource list I need to have. Okay, then resource calendar, from when to when it is available, particular resource. So that calendar I need to have. These are the things. Apart from that, what I require. Oh, you just list down what are the inputs you require for that developing the schedule. Okay. So what are the tools and techniques? How I can develop the schedule through MSP or V6? So what is the method called critical path method? Okay. Only critical path method is applicable. Maybe network analysis also it is applicable. Various methods. Okay. During that time, I will do some resource analysis. Okay. Then maybe compression, schedule compression I will do. Resource optimization I will do. Okay, there will be leads, lags I have to see. So these are the tools and techniques you will use for developing the schedule. So output will be, obviously it is a project schedule, baseline schedule, and the project calendar you will get. Also, what are the activities you are going to do. So these are the things: input, tools and techniques, and outputs. Without saying, we just saying this project management process itself. We just write it down. What do you know? What are the inputs are required? Let's see. So these are the inputs: activity list, base of duration estimate, project team assignment, resource calendar, risk registers. So this, okay, you may not know all those inputs, but you know the inputs which are required. Those inputs which you don't know, you just note it down. We will, maybe we will discuss. So for those things only we have to learn. What are the things we don't know, that we will learn actually. So like with tools and techniques, these are the things available. Output, these other things are available actually. So finally, you will get some idea now. I think you will get some idea. So we are going to see about the process groups, the knowledge areas. Not individually, we are not going to see about the process group, but we are going to see about how the knowledge areas are integrated to the process groups, and how the each process, project management process, is integrated with these knowledge areas and process group. Once it is done, then how for each project management process, how it is developed, what is the input, what is the tools and techniques, and the output. So this is the PMP content. This is the PubBook content. This is the skull or skeleton of the book actually. So I think you understood clearly. So what we can do, what we'll do in the upcoming videos. First, I'll explain the project management process separately in one video. Then maybe we'll see each chapters, each knowledge area separately, each project management process separately, and what are those inputs, outputs, tools and techniques we are going to use. What is the how it is process flow will come. I detailing we will see about all the inputs, tools and techniques and outputs in the upcoming videos. That's the whole idea of this series of videos. So okay, how to prepare for the PMP exam. The first thing for every work, for goal, first you have to set the deadline. The same thing is applicable for preparation of PMP exam also. You have to set the deadline and you have to schedule the exam first. Maybe you can now you need to apply for the PMP exam preparation. Maybe you can schedule in the November month itself. You can reschedule the exam actually before 30 days. If you felt in October month, okay, I have to prepare extra. It's not sufficient means you can reschedule before 30 days. Before if you reschedule, no need to pay any money. But if you are rescheduled with 29 days also, before 29 days also, you have to repay the not fully. It is around $90 I think. Yes, $19 you have to pay for reschedule. So first set the deadline. So next thing is, you know how I explained how the, so anyway I will explain what are the chapters are there in the book. So the major chapters will be these knowledge areas. Apart from the three introductory chapters will be there. What is the role of project manager and what is the project management, like that. Three introductory chapters will be there. So totally around 13 chapters will be there. So the chapters, like 10 knowledge areas, and there are some various project management process. So how to schedule, like for developing project charter, okay, I will take 2 days. For develop project management play, okay, I will take 3 days. For direct management, 2 days. This is 1 day. Likewise, for you have to schedule for each project management process. And once you're done, so for project integration management knowledge area itself, 8 days I will do it. For project scope management, I will complete it within 3 days. Project schedule management, okay, I will do within 8 days. Like that, you have to schedule for each project management process as well as for the each knowledge areas. Also, what first, as I said before, first is study about the develop project charter in the data book. Once you completed, you read about the develop project charter in the PMBOK, because the organization of the book, how the book organized in the PMBOK and Rita Mulche book is different. In Rita Mulche book, it is based on the knowledge areas it is organized, around 30 chapters will be there. But PMBOK is organized based on the project management process groups. There will be 5 chapters only. So the same concept you have to search and study in the PMBOK also. It will be easy to search and study. So if you read the develop project management plan in Rita book, we have to study the same concept in the PMBOK. You have to use both parallelly actually. I will advise at least you have to read 3 times both books. You have to read the 3 times, and there will be questions and answers, practice questions in the Reta book. You have to practice those questions. When you answer those questions itself, you know how difficult the PMP exam will be. Will come to know. So once you schedule, and if you are doing this one, and if you need to complete these things before 30 days of the exam, so you have to start the practice exam online before 30 days. That's very important, because you don't know how the questions will come in the PMP exam. So already the people who are expert in the field, they have collected the question banks and they will release us the practice exam. So there are so many online simulator exams are available. So I will advise these three. The Oliver Lemon, it is for free. It is 100 questions will be there, and if you are paying also, there will be around 2,000 questions. Bank will be there. They will conduct us the exam, 10 exams. So it is good. The PM precast, that is paid one, which I took actually, which I studied, which I took and I solved the problems in the PM precast. It's very good actually. You can buy and you can do it. Around 10 exams will be there. Around 2,000 questions will be there. It's very useful. They will simulate actual questions like how the PMP has. The screens also will be like that only. So if you practice, you don't feel nervous while taking exams. And the rate of which they have fast track online simulator exam. That also is very good actually. You can pay and you can take it. So this is regarding the online simulator exam. So that's all. We have seen about exam content, PMP exam content outline, how is the PMPOK organized, what are the various chapters in the PMPOK, and how to prepare for the PMP exam. We discussed in this video. In the next video, maybe I will put separate video for how to explain the integration of project management process groups with the knowledge areas and process groups. We will see about in the next video. Thank you.